Have you ever had the feeling that there are deeper, hidden forces guiding the world around you? It is no coincidence that you are here. The universe has brought you to this point today to discover the mysterious and transformative power of Hermetic principles. These ancient wisdoms have the power to change your reality and pave the way to inner enlightenment and outer success. The Hermetic principles originate from the mystical wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure considered to be the link between the divine and humanity. These teachings were summarized in the ancient texts of the Corpus Hermeticum and influenced numerous thinkers and philosophers over the centuries. Hermetic philosophy combines elements of Greek, Egyptian, and Persian wisdom and offers a comprehensive understanding of the cosmic laws that govern the universe. In a world often characterized by chaos and uncertainty, Hermetic principles offer timeless wisdom and guidance. They help us to recognize the invisible threads that weave our lives and our reality. These principles are not just philosophical concepts, but practical tools that can help us find our inner balance, clear our minds, and shape our outer world. Their relevance is demonstrated in our ability to navigate through the challenges of modern life and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. The Hermetic principles comprise 7 fundamental laws that describe the structure of the universe. 1. The principle of mentalism: everything is mind, the universe is mental. 2. The principle of correspondence: as above, so below, as below, so above. 3. The principle of vibration: nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. 4. The principle of polarity: everything is twofold, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. 5. The principle of rhythm: everything flows, out and in, everything has its tides, everything rises and falls. 6. The principle of causality: every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. 7. The principle of gender: gender is in everything, everything has its masculine and feminine principles. These principles are powerful tools that can help you take control of your life and actively shape it. They offer insights into how you can direct your thoughts and emotions, consciously control your actions, and build harmonious relationships. By understanding and applying these principles, you can break through negative patterns, release inner blockages, and realize your full potential. In the following chapters, we will explore each of the 7 Hermetic principles in detail. You will learn how to apply these ancient wisdoms in your daily life to transform your reality. We will offer practical examples, inspiring stories, and in-depth analyses to show you how these principles can support you on your path to a more fulfilling and conscious life. Now that you have a first insight into the Hermetic principles, let's dive into the next chapter to explore the first principle, mentalism, and find out how your thoughts can shape the world around you. The first of the 7 Hermetic principles is mentalism, which states, "The all is mind, the universe is mental." This principle teaches us that everything that exists arises from the mind. The entire cosmos and everything in it are products of the mental process of creation. According to the principle of mentalism, the origin of all things is the mind. The universe itself is a mental construct created by a universal mind or consciousness. This means that everything we experience and perceive is ultimately made up of thoughts and mental vibrations. This view invites us to understand our own role as co-creators of our reality, as our individual thoughts and beliefs also have powerful effects. Our thoughts are not just fleeting phenomena, but powerful forces that shape the structure of our reality. Every thought we think sends out vibrations that influence the universe and cause a corresponding reaction. Positive thinking can attract positive events and circumstances, while negative thoughts favor negative experiences. This principle explains why it is so important to consciously direct and cultivate our thoughts. To harness the power of mentalism in your life, you can use techniques such as visualization and positive affirmations. Visualization means vividly imagining what you want to achieve or experience. By creating clear and detailed images of your goals, you release creative forces that turn these visions into reality. Positive affirmations are powerful, positive statements that you repeat regularly to program your subconscious. They help to overwrite negative beliefs and reinforce positive ways of thinking. An example of an affirmation could be, "I am successful and attract abundance into my life." There are numerous stories of people who have transformed their lives by consciously utilizing their thoughts. One well-known example is the entrepreneur Jim Carrey. Before he became famous, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 1995. He kept visualizing himself earning this amount, and in 1995 he actually received a fee of $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. Such stories show that the principle of mentalism is not just a theory, but can be practically applied to achieve amazing results. Now that you understand the fundamental power of mentalism and the power of your thoughts, let's move on to the next principle, correspondence. We will explore how the law of as above, so below, as below, so above, can help you recognize and harness the connections between the small and the big, the inner and the outer. The principle of correspondence is one of the most fascinating and profound Hermetic principles. It says, as above, so below, as below, so above. This simple yet powerful statement encapsulates the essence of the universe and reveals the inseparable connection between the macrocosm and the microcosm. Everything in the universe is interconnected, and what happens in the big is reflected in the small and vice versa. Imagine that the entire universe is a giant mirror in which every part of the whole is reflected in every other part. This cosmic reflection shows that the laws that apply on the large scale of the universe also work in the smallest aspects of our lives. Your inner state is reflected in the outer world, and vice versa, the outer circumstances influence your inner state. This means that by observing one you can understand the other. So how can you utilize the principle of correspondence in your everyday life? Start by recognizing the connections between your inner thoughts and external events. For example, if you notice that you are often stressed and restless, look around you. Perhaps your workplace is chaotic or your relationships are strained. By identifying the outer correspondences of your inner states, you can make targeted changes to create harmony and balance. A practical exercise for recognizing correspondences is daily reflection. Take a few minutes every evening to reflect on the day. Make a note of which events particularly moved you and which inner states you experienced. Look for patterns and connections between your feelings and external events. Another method is meditation, in which you focus on the connection between your inner self and the outer world. These exercises help you to develop a deep understanding of the correspondences in your life. Many people have experienced powerful changes by consciously applying the principle of correspondence. One example is the story of Anna, who often felt lonely and isolated. She noticed that her home was dark and cluttered, which reflected her inner feelings. When she started to make her surroundings brighter and more inviting, she also felt lighter inside and more open to new relationships. Another example is Marcus, who was stagnating in his career. He realized that his negative thought patterns and self-doubt were blocking his professional development. By becoming aware of these correlations and doing targeted mental exercises, he was able to change his mindset and move up the career ladder. Now that you know the deeper meaning and application of the principle of correspondence, we will look at the principle of vibration in the next chapter. You will learn how everything in the universe vibrates and how you can use these vibrations to transform your reality. The principle of vibration states that everything in the universe is in motion. Nothing stands still, everything vibrates at a certain frequency. These vibrations are the basic building blocks of life and influence everything we see, feel, and experience. If you understand how these vibrations work, you can work specifically to raise your own vibration and bring about positive changes in your life. Every emotion, thought, and physical object has a specific vibrational frequency. High frequencies are associated with positive states such as joy, love, and peace, while low frequencies are associated with negative states such as fear, anger, and sadness. Your own vibration influences what experiences and people you attract into your life. For example, if you are in a low vibration, you are more likely to attract negative events and people. Conversely, if you are in a high vibration, you attract positive and enriching experiences. So how can you consciously raise your vibration? Firstly, it is important to focus on positive thoughts and emotions. Practice gratitude, find joy in the little things, and surround yourself with people who inspire and support you. Also pay attention to your surroundings. A clean and harmonious environment can have a significant impact on your vibration. Avoid negative influences such as stressful news or toxic relationships. By consciously bringing positive energy into your life, you automatically raise your own vibration. One of the most effective ways to raise your vibration is through meditation. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and concentrate on your breath. Visualize being surrounded by a bright, positive light that raises your vibration. Another powerful method is sound therapy. Certain sounds and frequencies, such as the solfeggio frequencies, can directly influence your vibration. Listen to music specifically designed to raise your vibration, or use singing bowls and gongs to harmonize your body and mind. Many people have experienced impressive changes by consciously raising their vibration. One example is the story of Lisa, who was in a low state for years. Through daily meditation and listening to healing frequencies, she was able to raise her vibration and noticed how her mood, health, and life circumstances improved. Another example is Paul, who decided to focus on positive energies after a burnout. He began to surround himself with inspiring people and developed a daily practice of gratitude and meditation. Within a few months, he felt a significant improvement in his well-being and professional success. Now that you know the power of vibrations and their impact on your life, let's explore the principle of polarity in the next chapter. You will learn how to harmonize opposites in your life to achieve greater harmony and balance. The principle of polarity states that everything in the universe has two poles, that everything is twofold. Everything has its opposites, hot and cold, light and dark, good and bad. This duality is a fundamental truth of our existence and offers deep insights into the nature of life. Understanding these polarities and their unity can help you to find more harmony and balance in your life. Life is made up of opposites, and these opposites are inextricably linked. They do not exist independently of each other, but are interdependent. Polarity shows us that without one we would not be able to recognize the other. Without darkness there would be no light, without cold there would be no warmth, without sadness there would be no joy. This duality teaches us that both poles are necessary in order to experience life in its fullness. By understanding the unity of opposites, you can learn to accept both sides and draw strength from them. So how can you apply these insights in your daily life? The first step is to recognize and accept the opposites in your life. Instead of fighting against unpleasant feelings or situations, try to accept them as necessary parts of life. For example, if you are experiencing stress or sadness, remind yourself that these feelings are just as much a part of life as joy and calm. By recognizing both poles, you can achieve a state of balance. A practical exercise to balance the polarities in your life is conscious reflection. Take time each day to think about the different opposites in your life. Write down what makes you happy and what burdens you. Recognize that both states are valuable and contribute to the totality of your experience. Another exercise is the meditation of polarities. Sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes and visualize two poles slowly moving towards each other and finally merging in the middle. This exercise helps you to feel the unity of opposites and find inner peace. The principle of polarity can help you to overcome challenges by accepting the unity of opposites. One example is the story of Maria, who often experienced great stress and pressure in her job. Instead of fighting these feelings, she began to accept them as a natural part of her working life. She realized that the stress helped her to be focused and productive, and that by accepting this polarity she could also appreciate the peace and satisfaction after work more. Another example is the story of Thomas, who felt deep sadness after a serious loss. By accepting the sadness and understanding that it was part of the healing process, he was eventually able to find joy and love in his life again. Now that you understand the principle of polarity and how it applies to your life, let's explore the principle of rhythm in the next chapter. You will learn how everything in the universe follows a natural rhythm and how you can use this rhythm to live a harmonious and fulfilling life. The principle of rhythm states that everything in the universe is subject to a constant flow and cycle. It reminds us that everything is in motion and that every ascent leads to a descent, every high phase to a low phase and every expansion to a contraction. This principle shows us that change and movement are inevitable and that understanding and accepting these rhythms can help us to live more harmoniously. Life is full of cycles, day and night, the seasons, birth and death. These cycles are not only present in nature, but also in our personal lives and emotions. By recognizing and understanding the natural rhythms, you can adapt to them and take advantage of their benefits. For example, you can use productive phases to work intensively and reserve quieter times for rest and reflection. This adaptation to natural rhythms helps you to optimize your energy and reduce stress. In everyday life, you can utilize the principle of rhythm by paying more conscious attention to the natural cycles around you. Observe your own energy levels and emotions throughout the day and week. Plan your activities so that they are in harmony with your natural highs and lows. For example, you could schedule challenging tasks for the morning when your energy is high and relaxing activities for the evening. Adapting your lifestyle to the seasons, for example by adjusting your diet and activity levels, can also help you to live more harmoniously. A practical exercise to consciously organize your life rhythms is to keep an energy diary. Every day, make a note of how you feel at different times of the day and which activities give you energy or take it away. After a few weeks, you will recognize patterns that will help you to plan your activities better. Another exercise is moon phase meditation. The moon goes through different phases every month, which bring different energies with them. Meditate on the full moon to manifest gratitude and abundance, and on the new moon to set new intentions and let go of the old. Many people have experienced great success and positive change through understanding and applying rhythms. One example is the story of Clara who, after years of overwork and exhaustion, began to plan her work in line with her natural energy cycles. She realized that she was more productive and happier when she aligned her breaks and working hours with her energy levels. Another example is Ben, who was able to significantly improve his health and well-being by living in harmony with the seasons, including seasonal eating and activities. Now that you know the importance and application of the principle of rhythm, let's explore the principle of cause and effect in the next chapter. You will learn how to consciously set causes to achieve the desired effects in your life. The principle of cause and effect, often referred to as the law of causality, is one of the fundamental Hermetic principles. It states that every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. This principle teaches us that nothing in the universe happens by chance. Everything that happens is the result of a specific cause, and every action we perform produces a corresponding reaction. Understanding the causal relationships in your life is the key to better comprehending the effects you experience. Every thought, word and action sets in motion a chain of events that produce certain results. By analyzing the causes behind the effects in your life, you can learn how to shape your reality more consciously. This understanding enables you to break negative patterns and bring about positive change. In everyday life, applying the principle of cause and effect means that you become aware of your actions and their consequences. Start by clearly defining your goals and planning the steps you need to take to achieve them. For each decision, consider what long-term effects it could have. Consciously set positive causes to achieve the desired effects in your life. This can mean developing healthy habits, fostering positive relationships, or making career decisions that serve your goals. An effective exercise to apply this principle is daily reflection. Take a few minutes each evening to reflect on the events of the day. Ask yourself what causes led to the effects you experienced. This reflection helps you to recognize patterns and make more conscious decisions. Another exercise is setting clear intentions. Every morning, write down the positive causes you want to set today and visualize the desired effects. This practice strengthens your awareness of the power of your actions and thoughts. Many people have achieved remarkable success by consciously applying the principle of cause and effect. One example is the story of Sophie, who decided to actively shape her career after years of job dissatisfaction. She set herself clear goals, continued her education, and cultivated a positive network. These conscious actions led to her finding a fulfilling position and flourishing professionally. Another example is Max, who drastically improved his health through conscious eating and regular exercise. By recognizing the causes of his health problems and taking targeted action to address them, he was able to sustainably improve his well-being. Now that you understand the importance and application of the principle of cause and effect, let's explore the principle of gender in the next chapter. You will learn how the masculine and feminine energies exist in everything and how you can integrate these energies harmoniously into your life. The principle of gender is a profound Hermetic law that states that gender exists in everything. Every object, every idea, and every action contains both masculine and feminine principles. This duality is the basis of creation and life. It is not limited to biological sex, but permeates all levels of existence. To fully understand the principle of gender, it is important to recognize that masculine and feminine energies exist in every person and every aspect of life. The masculine energy, often referred to as yang, is active, penetrating, and initiating. It represents logic, analysis, and assertiveness. The feminine energy, often referred to as yin, is passive, receptive, and nurturing. It represents intuition, creativity, and receptivity. These energies are complementary and work together to create balance and harmony. In everyday life, integrating these energies means recognizing and using both your active and receptive sides. For example, when you start a project, you use your masculine energy to set goals and actively work towards them. At the same time, you use your feminine energy to respond intuitively to the needs of the project and find creative solutions. By using both energies in harmony, you achieve balanced and effective action. There are various exercises that can help you to find the balance between yin and yang. One effective method is the meditation of polarities. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes and visualize two energies in your body, a warm, golden energy, yang, and a cool, silver energy, yin. Observe how these energies spread throughout your body and flow harmoniously together. Another exercise is journaling, where you reflect on your daily activities and note which energy you have used. This helps you to develop an awareness of the balance between your masculine and feminine aspects. Many people have experienced significant improvements in their relationships and inner balance by understanding and applying the principle of gender. One example is the story of Julia, who often felt that she was not being heard in her relationship. By consciously integrating her feminine energy, she began to communicate in a nurturing and intuitive way, while at the same time utilizing her masculine energy to express her needs clearly and firmly. This balance led to a more harmonious and fulfilling partnership. Another example is Tom, who found more inner peace and contentment by consciously integrating yin and yang into his daily routine. He realized that in stressful situations he could use his feminine energy to calm down and make clear decisions instead of relying solely on his masculine energy. Now that you know the deeper meaning and application of the principle of gender, let's explore the summary and practical application of all the Hermetic principles in the next chapter. You will learn how to integrate these principles harmoniously into your life to achieve long-term success and fulfillment. Now that we have explored the 7 Hermetic principles in detail, it is time to summarize what we have learned and consider how we can integrate this wisdom into our daily lives. These principles offer us not only deep insights into the nature of the universe, but also practical tools to consciously shape and transform our reality. 1. The principle of mentality: everything is mind. Your thoughts shape your reality. By consciously directing your thoughts, you can change the circumstances of your life. 2. The principle of correspondence: as above, so below. Everything is interconnected, and what happens on a large scale is reflected on a small scale. Recognize the patterns and connections in your life. 3. The principle of vibration: everything moves, everything vibrates. Everything has a frequency, and by raising your own vibration you can bring about positive change. 4. The principle of polarity: everything is twofold, everything has poles. Opposites are necessary to experience life in its fullness. Accept and balance the polarities in your life. 5. The principle of rhythm: everything flows, out and in. Recognize the natural cycles of life and adapt to them in order to live more harmoniously. 6. The principle of cause and effect: every cause has its effect. Be aware of the causal relationships in your life and consciously set positive causes to achieve desired effects. 7. The principle of gender: gender is in everything. Utilize the masculine and feminine energies within you to create balance and harmony. To integrate the Hermetic principles into your everyday life, start by living consciously every day. Observe your thoughts, your actions, and the results they produce. Set clear intentions and regularly reflect on the connections in your life. Use meditation and mindfulness to raise your vibration and live in harmony with natural rhythms. Accept the opposites in your life and strive for balance between your masculine and feminine energies. By consistently applying the Hermetic principles, you will experience profound changes in your life. Your thoughts will become clearer and more positive, your actions more conscious and purposeful. You will feel a deeper connection to yourself and your environment. Your relationships will become more harmonious and fulfilling, and you will find more peace and contentment in your life. In the long term, these principles will help you to realize your full potential and create a reality that is in line with your highest desires and goals. Daily reflection: take time each evening to think about the day and reflect on the application of the principles. Meditation and mindfulness: integrate regular meditation and mindfulness practices into your daily routine to clear your thoughts and raise your vibration. Set clear intentions: start each day with clear goals and intentions that are in line with Hermetic principles. Surround yourself with positivity, cultivate positive relationships, and surround yourself with inspiring people who support you on your path. Learn continuously, seek out further information and resources to deepen your understanding of the principles and discover new applications. The path of Hermetic wisdom is a lifelong journey. Be patient with yourself and encourage yourself to keep at it even in difficult times. Remind yourself that every small change you make has a positive effect on your reality. Be inspired by the successes and insights of others and remain open to new experiences and lessons. The Hermetic principles offer us a deep insight into the nature of the universe and our own lives. They teach us how to live consciously and harmoniously by understanding and applying the fundamental laws of being. Let these principles be your guide to creating a fulfilling and conscious reality. Your journey has just begun and the universe holds infinite possibilities for you. Go forth with an open heart and clear mind and discover the transformative power of Hermetic wisdom.